You talk about Andrew Tate, you talk about HST, all of these people. I've not deep dived into it in the way that you have, but my main concerns are, one, the way that women are spoken about, and the attitudes and what it means to be a male growing up. I found it frightening that people that young had those attitudes, that I found that upsetting, actually. And I sort of thought my kids are being exposed to that. And then the other thing I find really tricky with all those guys is the idea that material wealth is the be all and end all of what you achieve in life. It seems to be just accepted by that generation, that if you've got a nice car and if you've got and you go, your life can be like mine. All of that I find quite frightening.
Very much so. And I've joked that this subject is like the final boss of subjects for me, because it combines so many things that I've seen in other worlds, in other films that I've done, whether it's homophobia, misogyny, racism, porn, because they're selling adult content, a lot of them. But in terms of the misogyny, is obviously the front burner issue. It's horrific, and it's becoming more and more weird, almost like, one-upmanship. I don't think women should drive. I don't think they should vote. Well, I think they should be, that kind of, it's almost too kind to say it's outdated. Like, it sort of feels like it's become a sort of performative misogyny of creating outrage. But the crazy thing is that's almost the window dressing for a sales pitch, and that they go viral exploiting algorithms online that thrive on divisive content.
Yeah.
And then it becomes an upsell for a rubbish subscription to an online university or some crypto scam or an FX trading platform. The other part, though, is, if we're going to be really frank, because you mentioned materialism, and I know you're a fan of hip hop. I've always been a fan of, like, the braggadociousness of hip hop and the displays of, and part of that has been like, look at my swag, which I almost took as a commentary on lack of wealth, like the idea, like, we've come from difficult or deprived upbringings,
and often the people that are doing that are what they're displaying actually is how they've overcome their initial conditions and it's social movement or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I do respect that, but I don't want my I don't.
Well, when
it
becomes the overculture, where it becomes like part of this abiding concern that we're all supposed to aspire to, as opposed to a commentary on a certain part of life, then it is depressing.